Vrabel's back too. You played with him. Your thoughts on the Patriots now that Mike Vrabel's the head coach?
I've been saying I'm bullish on the Patriots.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
bullish. Listen, we all know it's been a disaster in New England for the past couple of years. For a variety of reasons, whether it's personnel, coaching, all of the above. But now you got Mike Vrabel in the building, and everyone knows Mike Vrabel is one of the better head coaches that we have in the game. You've added a ton of players, whether it be free agency or via the draft, to really improve this roster. I'll make the argument that the biggest acquisition was getting Josh McDaniels back as the offense coordinator. I think he's going to do wonders for Drake May in his second year at the quarterback position. And so I think New England's going to have a damn good defense. And I think Josh McDaniels is going to coordinate an offense that's going to complement that defense. Don't be surprised if you see the Patriots in the playoffs this year.
Oh,
Let's go.
Hell yeah, D-Wood.
Boston Connor, your response.
Yeah, I mean, Woody, you basically said it. That is an incredible thing. But as a player with Mike Vrabel, what is he like just, on the day-to-day? Just because it does feel as though, guys like Vrabel, MCDC even in the beginning, like they aren't viewed as football, masterminds. They're just more viewed as, those football-type guys who are going to have a tough culture but aren't actual brainiacs. I think everyone who knows Mike Vrabel, though, feels like he is one of the smartest football minds out there. What do you think he's going to bring strategically to both the defense, the offense, the special teams, and just culture-wise? Because it has been ugly in New England, and everyone up there does have a very high hope for this season.
No, listen, I played with Mike Vrabel as a teammate, and the one thing I knew as a teammate, I'm like, Mike Vrabel's going to be a head coach in this league. There's bar none, no questions asked, because his football IQ is through the roof. Like that's one thing you can say about Mike Vrabel is that man knows X and O's. Like he's going to make sure that he knows offense, defense, and special teams. Those guys are going to be prepared in the same ilk. Listen, I don't like making these comparisons with Braves and Bill, but I'm just talking about from an X and O, like just make sure guys are prepared. Mike Vrabel is going to have the New England Patriots prepared. Okay, and he's a very hands-on type of guy. We've seen all the stories this offseason where you've seen him in scuffles. We've seen him running drills,
The pad on.
himself, and so that's just Braves being Braves, man. He's one of the dudes, but he's a very smart X's and O's coach, and he knows the pulse of the team and knows how to push the right buttons with players.
My first little nugget that I'm going to drop today, a little
yeah.
inside info. Just
that
the name to watch is Stretch. Do you know who Stretch is?
Oh, yeah, right. Striking?
Striker. So
yeah.
John Streicher is the like game management coach that followed Vrabel from Tennessee, went to the Rams for a year, and now is in New England. There is, thoughts around the league about who's the best offensive coach, who's the best defensive coach. To a man, everyone says no one knows clock management, game management, down and distance better than Vrabel.
Is he
Vrabel's
Ernie
on
Adams?
it.
Is he new Ernie Adams?
Yes.
This is his
his.
Ernie Adams
This is
stretch.
his.
So you're not gonna see him.
We can't look. You start comparing guys. You don't just throw around.
Okay, Ernie Adams, the legend.
No.
Ernie Adams, the legend. You know that.
Respect here.
Stretch is Ernie
I love
Adams.
Stretch.
Ernie Adams for the Gen Z folk.
Okay.
Could
be, okay.
He could have a career arc
get there.
Okay.
like Ernie if all goes well.
But I mention him because
okay, whoa,
with
whoa,
Vrabel, it comes McDaniels, it comes Stretch, it comes a whole different coaching staff, and there's a professionalism around it that they didn't have last year. And that's no insult to Gerard Mayo. I think that staff might have been overwhelmed, might have been a lot of situations there with the roster. They just feel like they are significantly better and much improved.
I know you played for Bill. Conman mentioned your Super Bowl championship up there in New England. I believe you overlapped a little bit with Mike Vrabel, not maybe in Tennessee, maybe in Cleveland. What are the similarities and differences between Bill and Mike? And what's your expectation for Pat's Drake May's year 2 and then Vrabel, the prince that was promised back in New England?
The press that was promised. I got a chance these last 2 weeks doing the Patriots preseason games of being around Braves and the team a lot. The similarities, I think, is the expectation that he has for the guys out there on the football field. It is all football with him, and he expects guys to go out there and know what they're doing. And if you're not, he is not afraid to tell you about it. Talking to Drake May a little bit, he mentioned that when they get in there in the team meeting room, Vrabel will put a play up and talk about somebody not doing their job. He's not afraid of anybody when it comes to that type of stuff in the room. I think where they differ a lot, which you can appreciate this as well, D, but is Vrabel is a guy that he very much loves that personal connection with his guys. If you've seen him on Bussin' with the Boys with Taylor and Will and those guys and busting their chops, like he loves to do that. We're sitting there and I'm watching him make fun of Jabril Peppers as we're talking about me and Jabril being a part of the 0-16 Cleveland Browns. That part of coaching, I think he loves just as much as he loves teaching the guys. So I think it's extremely high expectations for Drake May in year 2 of taking that step. The thing, talking to Josh McDaniels with Drake May, is as soon as they got there, they unloaded and they gave him everything. Last year, he wasn't calling it at the line of scrimmage with, hey, we're going Mike here, we're setting the protection here, all of those things. They gave him all of that, and he has loved every part of it and the growth that he's had since he's been there, the leadership and speaking up and all of those different things.
What's your vibe on Belichick college coach? Because that's, I mean, they got the Patriots fans here fired up. But like, we talked to Damian Woody. He's like, I think it's the most fascinating story. Are you in on that? Like, do you think that suddenly Belichick is going to take the North Carolina Tar Heels to prominence, or is this just a cute story?
Whoa.
Man, those are two drastically different things. I'm not gonna call it a cute story.
Smart.
But I think for me, I'm intrigued because either they are going to find a way to win games, or to your point, it's not going to be a cute story. It's going to be a train wreck. So I think just watching is going to be fascinating to see. The one thing with Bills has always been about eliminating every single distraction and all of those things. And since he's gotten there, all we've talked about is everything except for football. So seeing these clips are fascinating because it's just like, this is the Bill that I know.
Oh, he
the
actually
twirling
coaches
of the
football.
whistle.
Yeah.
Exactly. Twirling of the whistle, looking at guys like, I mean, what are we doing? You got to block the guy in front of you. We talked about this. Like, that's the Bill that we all know and love. He ain't give a damn about asking me about how my wife's doing, how my kids are doing. Hey, Jay, when you show up, what's your assignment on cover 2? That's the only thing we talked about. So this is the Bill Belichick that I want to see, and this is the Bill Belichick that's going to be winning games.
Were you surprised when you saw like all the Instagram stuff last year with Jordan when they were doing like the mermaid on the water and all that? I don't know if I'm even allowed to talk about it.
They kind of eliminated the distractions, to be fair.
What'd you think of all that
Last month or so.
She wasn't working for North Carolina when that stuff was going out, just by the way.
Dude,
Sure.
There's not a guy that played for Bill that's not going to say they weren't shocked by that. Like,
Facts.
he was on the beach with her lifted in the air. For one, we didn't even know he was capable of doing that. So like that was the most impressive thing, where you would hit the group chat and be like, damn, like, go ahead, Billy B, like, live your life. But it was like, you can't imagine he would be the guy out there doing those things. But hey, life is short, man. You got to enjoy it while you can.